Good morning, students. Let us continue the last chapter, radioactivity. Last video we discussed what change will happen during alpha, beta, gamma emissions. Now the topic remaining is uses of radioactivity. In the first video we discussed about isotopes. They are the atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number. And isotopes of certain elements having atomic number greater than 82 are radioactive. These isotopes we call as radioisotopes. There is one correction in your textbook. It is written atomic number less than 82. You have to correct it as atomic number greater than 82. Elements having atomic number less than 82 are having radioactive isotopes but less in number. Most of the radioactive isotopes are with elements having atomic number greater than 82. We are going to see some uses of these radioactive isotopes in our day-to-day life. In field of medicine, in the field of industry, in the field of scientific researches, we have several uses with radioactive isotopes. First, we will discuss about the use in the field of medicine. Cobalt-60 is used in the treatment of cancer. Iodine isotope, radioactive isotope of iodine is used in the treatment of thyroid. And sodium isotope, which is radioactive, is used as a tracer to find out the tumor, to find out the blood clotting on different parts of the body. Actually, in this case, the sodium will be, radioactive sodium will be injected into the body of the patients and its path will be traced from outside with some machines. And if there is any block due to blood clotting or tumor, or if any block is there in the blood circulation, these things can be diagnosed. So these are some uses of one more use is there. Gamma radiations emitted from radioactive isotopes can sterilize the surgical instruments. All these are some uses with radioactive isotopes in the field of medicine. In the field of industry also it is used. It is used to control the thickness of paper, polythene, etc. during the manufacturing. And it is used to remove the accumulated charge. Charge or the negative charge gets accumulated in machines when they run for a long time. It is due to friction. And this accumulated charge, if it is beyond a limit, it can cause spark or fire in the machines. To avoid it, this accumulated negative charge can be removed by allowing some alpha radiations to fall on that area. You know, alpha radiations are of positive charge, so it can neutralize the charge accumulated. Then it is used as a fuel. Radioactive isotopes, especially uranium and all, it is used as a fuel in nuclear reactor. Another use is the leakage in the pipes, oil pipes, water pipes, gas line pipes. If any leakage is there, it can be identified by the help of these radioactive isotopes sent through the pipe. Then scientific uses. Third category is scientific use. The age of fossils can be calculated by a process called the carbon-14 dating. Okay, there the radioactive carbon has three isotopes, carbon-12, carbon-13 and carbon-14. Out of that, carbon-14 is a radioactive isotope, and the content of this carbon-14 radioactive carbon is studied. From that, age of fossils can be found out. This process is known as carbon-14 dating. That is one use, scientific use. Then study of the growth of plants can be done by the help of radioactive isotopes which is sent to the body of the plant. These are some uses with radioactive isotopes in our day-to-day life. Then another point, you know among the nuclear radiations, that is alpha, beta, gamma radiations are very harmful. There are two main sources for these gamma radiations. One is in nuclear reactor. In nuclear power stations, nuclear reactor works, their nuclear fission takes place. During nuclear fission, large amount of gamma radiations are produced. And there are arrangements to stop the outcoming of these gamma radiations. Still, nuclear reactor is a main source of harmful gamma radiations. Another source is nuclear waste. The waste produced in a nuclear reactor is known as nuclear waste. This waste will have a small amount of gamma radiations emitted from it, or this waste can emit a small amount of gamma radiations. Thereby, this nuclear waste should not be thrown in open space. It is exposed in deep underground pits. In lead container, it will be enclosed, then it is buried deep under the ground to avoid this gamma radiations coming from this nuclear waste. Then this gamma radiations, they make some harmful effects. Three type of harmful effects are there. First one is, if our body gets exposed to gamma radiations for long duration, you may get some deadly diseases like leukemia, cancer and all. If our body gets exposed to gamma radiations for short duration, you may get some recoverable diseases which are not very harmful, not deadly, that is hair fall, nausea, diarrhea, this type of diseases we will get if our body gets exposed to gamma radiations for short duration. Long duration exposure is very harmful. It makes deathful diseases. Then gamma radiations can produce genetic disorders. The genes, their penetrating power is very high, so they enter into the body and they can affect the genes. Genetic disorders can happen, thereby the children born in the coming generations may have some problems. Then what safety precautions can be done in nuclear power stations to stop this outcoming of gamma radiations from the nuclear reactor? Those who are handling these radioactive elements must use lead tongs. Long lead tongs must be used to handle them. That means you should never go near that radioactive element. And they have to use some lead lined apron to protect their body, and lead gloves they wear. All these are done to protect their body from the exposure of gamma radiations. And this radioactive elements will be always stored in thick lead containers. The last point of this topic is background radiations. There is a device called a Geiger counter to measure the amount of nuclear radiations. If you keep the Geiger counter anywhere on Earth's surface, it doesn't show a zero reading. That indicates that everywhere on Earth's surface there is presence of nuclear radiations. These radiations present everywhere on Earth's surface, even in the absence even in the visible absence of any radioactive element. They are called background radiations. That means everywhere on Earth's surface there is presence of nuclear radiations. And let us see what can be the source of these radiations. You know, human body itself contains many radioactive isotopes. For example, as I told earlier, carbon has 3 isotopes, carbon 12, carbon 30 and carbon 14. Out of that, carbon 14 is radioactive. Our body contains all these 3 isotopes of carbon. Radioactive carbon is also present in human body. The food which we consume, it contains, and the human body contains sodium, potassium and all. Out of these radioactive isotopes of potassium, sodium are also present in small amount. Okay, and the conclusion is this: human body itself has the presence of some nuclear radioactive isotopes, thereby some nuclear radiations are present. And another reason for this background radiation is the cosmic radiations. When they pass through air, some nuclear radiations are produced. So due to all this, everywhere on Earth's surface there is presence of nuclear radiations, and these radiations we call as background radiations. With this, our syllabus came to an end. Before that, there are some corrections in the textbook. On page number 265, on the top, the definition of isotopes. In the given definition, you have to add some words in the beginning like this: atoms of same elements. Add the words atoms of same elements having same atomic number but different mass number are called isotopes. First words are missing: atoms of same. Then on page number 268, see the title, emission of beta particles. Their example, it is given carbon nucleus, symbol is given C612. The 12 you have to cut and write 14. Carbon 14 isotope is used here. Then same page below, title, uses of radioactivity, radioisotope. Their atomic number less than 82 is written. Correct it as greater than 82. So the syllabus is over now. In this chapter, nuclear fission, fusion, these topics are removed from the revised syllabus. Okay, then coming classes we will have the revision. Okay, thank you.